Hello, you wonderful people, and welcome to another watch list. Basically, think of this as a monthly TV guide for me to let you know what and when TV shows that I'm interested in, that maybe you're interested in, are coming out. Like always, in the description, I'll include links to any trailer that might be available to anything that I bring up during this month's watch list. On March 4th on Disney Plus, we have the series premiere, two-episode series premiere of Daredevil Born Again, which I'm very, very excited about. Obviously, it's the first Daredevil series in the MCU proper. It's basically Daredevil season 4. It's kind of a slight soft reboot of sorts. We'll have to wait to see the series of what's canon, what's not. But I'm very excited to have more Daredevil. Obviously, we had Daredevil pop up in No Way Home, Echo, and She-Hulk. So very excited to get more time with Kingpin and catch up with Matt with all that he's done. The trailer looked dope. Seems like Matt's been out of the Daredevil game a little bit because of something that's happened, but obviously coming back in with Mayor Fisk happening. I'm very, very excited. It's probably one of the things I'm looking forward to the most this month, so I'm excited to see what's next on this journey for Daredevil. Next up, on March 6th on Hulu, we have a new series called Deli Boys. Essentially, we have these two brothers who've kind of basically inherited this deli from their dad, but then they find out from their aunt that, hey, things aren't what you thought they were. In fact, your father was actually a criminal, and the deli was kind of a front for like his business, and they've kind of inherited the money. They've always kind of been spoiled and, you know, used, came from this illicit business, so they've kind of got to learn more stuff about the criminal world just from what we saw in the trailer. I didn't watch all the trailer, I just kind of got a good enough gist about what the story is, and I stopped myself. But it's like, it seems to be just kind of an interesting comedy crime drama about inheriting the family business, and they're kind of bumbling their way through it. On March 9th on AMC, we have Dark Winds season 3, which I'm very excited to have Dark Winds back. Gonna have to definitely recap myself on season 2. I remember like the overarching case and kind of where things went, but where some of our characters ended up in the aftermath is, I'm gonna have to catch up. But obviously each season's a new case, so it's more, you know, more about carrying over these personal stories into this next case and what that might be. Once again, I'm trying to avoid trailers, so I don't want to know as much going into this season, but like I said, I'm definitely gonna have to recap myself. But I thoroughly enjoy the show, so more in this series I'm always going to be happy about. On March 13th on Prime Video, we had the season 3 premiere of The Wheel of Time, which I'm very excited to have The Wheel of Time back. Another series, I haven't seen the trailer for this. I want to, once again, go in as little as possible, but I'm very excited to see where things kind of go. Obviously, it's like all our characters were pretty much together. I think everyone was together by the end of the season, if I remember correctly. I could be misremembering, but it's like, right, there was some big revelations last season, and obviously some more villains kind of revealed in the aftermath of everything. But I'm excited to see how it all plays out, where this next season of this journey takes us. You know, like I said, another thing I'm gonna have to recap myself on everything that went down. On March 19th on Hulu, we have season 2 of Gannibal, which I'm very, very excited about. Obviously, there was a long gap in between me watching it and finishing it because there was just other stuff came up. But either way, I ultimately finished it a couple months ago, which, you know, I was very excited to find out that season 2 was around the corner. You know, that kind of worked out to my benefit. If I remember correctly, I believe the first season covers like half the manga, so this might be like the rest of the manga, if I'm not mistaken. I'm really interested to see where season 2 takes us. I'm trying to remember where everything left us at the end of season 1. Obviously, not everything's resolved. There's still a lot of mysteries and revelations that need to be made because the whole situation in the village has not been resolved or solved. So we gotta figure out kind of, there's still things are going on that needs to be stopped, and where things kind of go from there with Daigo. And I think the season ended with him in a very like, ooh boy type of situation, if I remember correctly. It was a very dire situation he got left in. I think it has to deal with like that man, if I'm not mistaken, but like I said, I'd have to refresh myself. But yeah, I'm excited. I mean, if you haven't seen the first season, I highly recommend you check it out. Perfect time with the new season around the corner, but it's a really good horror series. Next up on March 20th, we have a new series coming to Netflix called The Residents. It is basically a comedy, mystery crime drama where a murder takes place in the White House and is about this detective solving said mystery. I think it was like 132 rooms, 157 suspects, because there's the important people there, then there's all the guests at the thing. So just seems like it's kind of a fun time. I only watched the teaser trailer, so I didn't watch the full trailer. Once again, trying to know as little as possible, but it seemed really interesting. I think this is technically a Shonda Rhimes show because it's done by like a production company she started. She's an executive producer on it, but I don't think she's like the main force behind it, so it's technically like a Shonda Rhimes show. I'm a fan of a good murder mystery, add in a little comedy to it as well. I'm sold, so I'm really interested to ultimately see what the series ultimately ends up being about. And finally on the list, on March 25th on Fox, we have the season 4 of The Cleaning League, which I'm very, very excited about. Obviously, things were pretty resolved last season, but we've got a new threat kind of on the horizon, and Tony's finding herself, like, just when you think you're out, obviously they pull you back in. Time and time again, Tony's found herself in that situation, especially after the events of everything last season. I doubt we've seen the last of Jorge. Like, I feel like he might be a mainstay. I haven't looked up anything, so I don't even know if there's a trailer out for this. There might be, but I haven't. You know, once again, new season stuff, I try not to watch any trailers for, so I have no idea what to fully expect this season. But where things kind of left off for Tony last season, just, you know, where it's just like, right, the person who was higher up this operation that you basically kind of dismantled when you took down a cartel to some extent, because I mean, Jorge's kind of running the operations now, but you get what I'm saying when you, like, his sister got busted last season. So it's gonna be interesting to see also, because like, well, we know, like, well, because it's someone higher up in it who kind of pulling the string, so finding out who that is and how that kind of relates to the FBI, like whether Tony will even have to really interact with the FBI as much next season, or whether this kind of clears the stage. And so that brings this month's watch list to an end. Like always, if there's something that's coming out that maybe I wasn't aware of, that you're aware of, that you think that maybe me or someone else would be interested in, don't be afraid to leave it in the comments. But really, that's all I wanted to talk about. Till the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and good